I'm sitting here with Sabrina and Camden Cruz, and welcome to our Metal and High Heels wedding special. And thanks a lot for sharing about your special day, and congratulations.
Thank you very much.
When was your wedding, and where did it take place?
It was January 5th, 2014, this past year, and we actually got married on a cruise carnival sensation. It was the best way to have a wedding. You basically call them, say you want to get married, and they say, okay, what do you want? And you say what you want, and then you just show up and get married. They take care of everything. They decorate everything. They give you the cake. They give you the favors. They give you all kinds of stuff. They have people all over the place taking care of everyone that's there. It was very low key and very non-stressful because we were going on tour with Stradivarius and Amaranth, and that year, like that time being away from being home takes time away from booking a wedding, and weddings are stressful. Yeah. So, we were just like, how can we make this not stressful? So we were just like, well, our last name is gonna be Cruz. So we thought it would be funny to go on a cruise. So that's what we did.
I get it now.
We live in Florida, so the ports are like all over. So
yeah. So we did the Bahamas and Nassau from Port Canaveral. So it was really fun. A lot of drunk people.
But it must have taken some planning anyway, right?
Oh yeah, it's the hardest part about the wedding is the finances, always the finances, but it's getting everybody on the same page. And actually, no, I take that back. The hardest part was getting everybody's addresses to send them invitations, and then to get them to respond that they're coming 100%. That was the hardest, because people will be like, oh, I think we might come. And it's like, we need you to say yes or no.
We need to know now.
So that was the hardest.
How much were you involved, Camden?
I tried to not be involved at all. That's like, 'cause I book shows all the time. I'm always, booking, making sure everything's taken care of. So I was like, you know what, Mom, Sabrina, there you go.
You do it.
I want to get married. I don't want to know anything. And I think I actually enjoyed it more because I was surprised with a lot of things. Like, I didn't know what to expect at all. So I think a wedding is the woman's time to shine, and it's not just her day, but it kind of is at the same time. It's like as you're a little girl, you always dream about that day, and it's more about them figuring out and making sure that they have they want to do it right. So I handed it off to all the females in the family. Just tell me what I got to do. I'll do it.
Tell me when I have to show up.
Because they tell them, shut up, I'm doing it anyways.
My words wasn't like. I designed the invitation, I think.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so other than that, I just kind of showed up and.
Well, you did your job, so to speak.
Yeah.
Because sometimes the invitation is the hardest part. It's the one you stress out the most. It's like, when they get this, what are they going to think? Oh my God, And he just made it really cute. We made up a little story about him and I, because we had a cruise theme, and we figured it'd be kind of cool to have like a sailing away and kind of a story-esque. So around the bottom of the invitation, there was a story that went all the way around, and it says, once upon a time, a boy met a girl, and they fell in love, and they traveled the world doing what they loved together, and then decided to get married and sail away. And it was just like all the way around it, and it just had like
you look at it from here, just like a border, and then you like
words. Yeah, it was really
had to
cute.
turn it around.
Yeah, it was really cute.
That reminds me. Did you fall in love in the band, or was it already going before that?
We started dating. She didn't even sing. She just showed she just show up. But she we started dating, and she would come to the shows, and I don't really remember how she ended up. We were just sitting in my room one day.
It was at Tom's Pizza. I was working at a restaurant, and he came in to hang up the poster for Seven Kingdoms' first show.
Yeah.
And I was just like, because he was friends on Facebook with my friend Veronica, and I was like, oh, you can be friends with her, but not with me. What's up with that? Just messing with him. And then so we added each other, and we started talking, and then he started.
It was pretty quick.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So it was just when you know, and just went from there. And then she started singing in the band, and it just became what it is now.
It took a night at drunk karaoke for him to really believe me. That
I saw her, and everybody's like, oh, Sabrina can sing, and I was like, yeah. So I went to the karaoke bar, and I was like, oh, I'm like, oh, okay, she's not full of shit. You know what I mean? Like, she actually sounds pretty good.
Because you get the people that, on American Idol that they think they can sing and they get up on there and they're just like, oh no. No, you can't. So it took some convincing, a little beer and a night with my friends, but.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a bit about the ceremony itself?
So I did something to surprise Camden, which if you don't know Camden, it's very, 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 very hard to do something without him knowing, because he's Mr. Know-It-All, and so keeping a secret from him is the hardest frickin' thing you'll ever do. So it took, I had in cahoots with me like a tight-knit circle of maybe 7 people that only knew, and it was all women, of course, so, but I recorded the song that I walked down the aisle to behind his back. I actually recorded it in closet. So it was his aunt works at Stetson. It's a really big college for music and law, and so she knew this kid who was going to school for digital media and performing arts and stuff like that, and he had a recording studio at his house. So I went there and I recorded "Bridge Over Troubled Water" by Simon and Garfunkel, but we found a piano version of it that was just. It's very twinkly. It's all up. I'm in love with ballads. And I wanted to find a song that represented like how I felt to him. So when I heard that song "Bridge Over Troubled Water," it was basically my vows in song.
Wow.
So when I was singing, I rewrote some of the lyrics in it to fit for us. But at the very end, it says that basically we'll sail together, away and stuff like that. So I was kind of trying to find a song that kind of made sense with the wedding, theme-wise. But so when I was getting ready to walk down the aisle, they played like the first verse of it. So Camden had no idea what was going to happen, and it took him 3 words to cry.
Oh my God.
3 words, because the first word he thought Jim Morris had something to do with this.
Yeah. Well, because Jim's recording God. So immediately, I hear it, I'm like, wait a minute, that's Sabrina. And then immediately, I'm like, that's super high quality. So I was just like, oh my God, she did it with Jim. And it's I can't believe you went behind my back and were able to get, the Morrises involved with it. So, and Jim was all about it. And the whole, Jim's daughter, he couldn't make it, but Jim's daughter and I guess BJ's either still a boyfriend or Taylor's fiance now, which is Jim's daughter, but they were able to make it to see it, so I was just like, I hate all of you for doing, Yeah, it didn't take long. It was just gut-wrenching.
And we actually there's a video of some of the photos from the wedding. It's on YouTube. It's Sabrina Cruz, Bridge Over Troubled Water, and has all of the photos from the wedding.
I mean, I might be biased, but I think it's a lot better than the original version.
We'll have to play it for you.
Yes. Did you perform otherwise or include your music somehow?
Karaoke. And then they had a jam session.
Yeah, we actually hijacked one of the Cruz bands that were in the hallway. We hijacked their gear and did a lounge version after the fall. It's funny because there's just people everywhere walking, and then we ended up having 70 something people sail with us. So I mean, we had a group of people with us.
It was performing.
So it was all my buddies. So Keith, I started playing guitar, and then everybody's like, "Oh, where's Keith? Where's Keith?" Then finally we saw him. He stumbles to the stage because everybody's had too much to drink. And so we did a little song on the boat, and sure enough, by halfway through the song, there's 100 people just standing there, oh my God, it's a rock concert on the boat. And it was just Keith and me. You know what I mean? It was just a bunch of people just headbanging, creating a spectacle.
Yeah.
It was funny.
Yeah, by the time we left that boat, everyone knew who we were.
Yeah, we actually got on the cruise has a game show that they do that they air on the TVs and the thing. So the Carnival has its own television channel. But it was the Newlywed Game, and we got on it, and we had 70 people there just being obnoxious through the whole thing. So everybody saw the Newlyweds on the TV, so everybody knew we were, and we're congratulations and stuff. So.
All the time. Did you write your own vows?
Oh yes, we. My friend Nicole actually, she's a wedding officiant, and she's also one of my closest friends. And she actually used to live downstairs in the apartment complex that we live in. And so she is, she's a close friend of mine, and that's what we wanted to do. We wanted to make sure that people that were at the wedding were, friends of ours. We didn't want to have any extra other people that are just there for the food. We wanted to have people who mattered, and we had a lot of friends in our wedding. And she actually. She was the person who read our vows, read them, and made sure that everything was cohesive. Like we're writing to the person instead of about the person, and and whatever. And so she would send it back to us. So she knew everything that was happening, and we could make sure that everything was correct without screwing anything up.
Okay.
And then
without giving anything up to each other.
Yeah. So he even tried to get her to tell him stuff.
Yeah, she told me too. She's like, "Oh, you're gonna hear her before you see her," and I was like. Like what? Like, I don't get it. And then now it makes complete sense.
Do you have any advice on people who are going to get married on vow writing?
I was about to say do it on a cruise, but
yeah. The vow writing needs to come from the heart.
It's the hardest part.
And it also needs to have realistic humor in it. You can't just write, I will love you till the end of time because you're mine and blah, blah, blah. Like I wrote, I will happily fold your laundry if you will always feed me. And so because that's something, he hates folding laundry and I am always hungry. So, so to have something hysterical in the vows, just like something that's like 100% you is necessary because then it's kind of just meh.
Yeah, you got to realize too that you'll never be able to like put the real words to paper. You know what I mean? I mean, I couldn't. You know what I mean? It's just one of those things that you can't really put on paper. So you just try your best and put as much as you can into it. And, what was it? I said it takes a lifetime to be able to put the story
form the right
together.
words, and that you believe that the words will never really truly exist.
Yeah.
Because there's some things that will never ever have a word to describe them.
Yeah. What do you think about the Game of Thrones vows? We've had a couple of weddings in the series until now.
No one died at ours.
No one died at ours.
No, I mean I think they named the 7 old gods.
Mm-hmm. To the old gods and to the new. Yeah, I think that's a really good vow. I actually kind of like the binding of their hands the most.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
The binding of both souls and stuff like that, and then the cloaking. I think that's very significant to bring them under their wing. I think that's really, it's a very good vow.
Yeah.
I like it personally. Yeah.
And the words are very special too because I think the whole these 7 characters of the 7 gods are like different stages of one's life. So it's also meaningful. Where did you get the inspiration from?
The lyrics, or excuse me, the verses to our vows.
Yeah, and also the wedding in general.
When I was little, I always wanted to have a winter wonderland wedding, and then being with Camden and like the family and just everything is so fun, and we wanted to have a crazy fun wedding that just. We looked into getting like the wedding that I wanted to do, but it was like really retardedly crazy. And I'm the kind of person like even if I had a dream that I wanted my wedding to be like that, I'm realistic about it. And sometimes your dream wedding is more stressful than just having a fun wedding. So
the theme was really just fun and lack of stress, really.
Man, it was a party.
We did it right. Like, I have no regrets. Like, that was the way that everybody should get married, in my humble opinion.
Yeah, I mean, ours didn't really have a theme, except, like fun. I mean, we had, the luau style theme-ish, but everyone dressed up for a wedding, but it was...
I mean, the atmosphere on a cruise ship is so party anyways, like free, buffets and drinks and...
Just dancing and celebrating. I mean, that was the theme, just happy celebrations.
Yeah.
And Sabrina, you took Camden's name.
I did.
Was it just because of tradition, or were there
I feel
reasons?
like if a man gets down on his knee to ask you to marry him, the least a woman can do is give him the honor of taking his name.
That's right.
Yeah, it's very, very emotional. Any other advice on wedding planning? And
Do it on a cruise.
Find the least stressful way Don't let other people's opinions override yours unless it's correct. Mm-hmm. And just have fun with it, because you can stress yourself to death and not have any fun, or you can stress as little as possible and get completely shit-faced hammered and have fun.
Yeah. And that's the right way.
Yeah, I mean, just get married for the right reasons and the wedding will be right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was nice.
That sounds cool. So, thank you so much. You're our first couple, and thank you. It's been a great honor to hear so much.
Thank you so much.
Stories.
We appreciate it.